Okay, good morning, Pantsers. It's Tuesday. So, Oscar news. As you will probably remember, when Oscar first showed up, we had this tiny kitten. I mean, it was like a really tiny kitten. We took it to the vet and they told us about his heart murmur, and we got him his shots and the whole deal. So, Oscar's been acting a little weird this week. He's been very affectionate, which is not normally. Normally, he's just kind of bitey. So, he's been acting kind of strange. And then a few days ago, I was asleep. I slept through the entire thing, but apparently he had a sort of medical emergency, or what my parents thought was a medical emergency at first. And my parents took him to the vet, and it turns out Oscar is in fact a girl, and we're not really sure. We're not sure if she was pregnant, or if she had a miscarriage, or maybe a false pregnancy. We're not sure exactly what happened. There doesn't seem to be a kitten anywhere, but there was an afterbirth experience apparently on the living room floor. So that was strange. It does kind of make me feel better though to know that vets also make that kind of mistake, sexing a kitten the wrong way. But when they're really small and they're like really young, it's hard to tell. Poe, in fact, was a mistake kitty. We thought Poe was a girl at first. In fact, until we took her in to have her spayed, and she turned out to be a boy. But see, with Oscar, normally we would have made preparations, to have him neutered, but we didn't because of the heart murmur, because they wanted to make sure, they wanted to wait until he was older to sort of check him out and see if his heart murmur stabilized and whatever. So he hasn't been in since he got his second round of kitten shots. So Oscar is keeping the name Oscar, by the way, partly because we're all used to it and partly because she's used to it. She comes to it and knows her name, so it seems silly to change it. But she's doing really well. She's still really affectionate, and it's kind of weird. We're starting to wonder if maybe she was abducted by aliens. Maybe she's a pod Oscar. She isn't normally this nice. She's much more pleasant now. So that's how my week is going. That's all the news from here. I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope you have a good week. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget to be awesome.